Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about two handwriting styles and two behavioral styles. This is the writing of a 22-year-old male. The rounded writing, the rounded tops point towards a being kind and warm socially. The mild leftward slant and the disconnected writing shows he kept his distance and had difficulty bonding. This 22-year-old is emotionally immature. And this is the writing of a 26-year-old male. The writing is disturbed. It's inconsistent, erratic, and also disconnected. This suggests mental instability and also difficulty bonding. So when you compare these two writings, who do you think is more troubled? Most people will answer the bottom sample. It is important to realize that handwriting can show personality traits and mental health, but not what you do with it. I met Aaron in Mount Lake Terrace, Washington, in my local pool hall. He was a little off, but generally speaking, reserved and quiet, yet friendly enough. On July the 5th, 2014, Aaron Ybarra killed a student and wounded another at the Seattle Pacific University. He left a manifesto in the form of a diary. Ybarra had mental difficulties and was diagnosed with psychosis and obsessive-compulsive disorder. His sister was shocked that an otherwise so normal person could do a school shooting like this. His friends described him as sociable, well-adjusted, and able to make them laugh. But then again, he also called 911 in 2010, saying he was suicidal and enraged, while others described him as having violent outbursts. Ybarra was deemed psychotic when he no longer took his medication. In the end, he was sentenced to confinement for a period of 112 years. Elliot Rodger inspired me to write my first book, We Are the Same, It's the Details That Differ. In this book, I describe behavioral patterns. And my drawing on the cover is not bad either, I think. Elliot's parents alerted law enforcement regarding his retribution video. Police visited him at his apartment and left after a few minutes because he was articulate, polite, and timid. However, his heart was racing and he feared they would come in. His manifesto and guns were laying openly on his bed. If the officers were familiar with the type 3 pattern and had recognized this pattern from his videos, they would expect him to be logical and controlled. The combination of rage, arrogance, and condescension would point to a type 3 pattern and why he would remain logical and methodical. Exactly this behavior was the red flag. Elliot's writing remained well controlled over the last 3 years of his life. Even under immense stress and frustration, he maintained a facade of outward control. Until his last diary entry, that is. On that page, written about an hour before he killed 6 and wounded 13, he finally lost control. Elliot was deemed psychotic and psychopathic. He targeted women because they made him feel like a little mouse and nobody, while he himself felt he was supreme, as close to a god on earth as can be. This young man felt so rejected, alone, and unloved that finally, at age 22, as a virgin with a lot of pent-up sexual lust and anger, he decided to punish those who made him feel like a nobody. So, who was more dangerous? Elliot Rodger was more dangerous. He was equally troubled and struggled with unresolved emotional issues. However, he was far better able to control himself and hide his troubles. Nobody would see it coming, not even the police at his front door. So just remember, slow and drawn writing are individuals who remain outwardly calm, are secretive, and can be very charming. Aaron Ybarra, also significantly troubled, could not hide his anxieties. It shows in his handwriting he lost control. And in 2012, for instance, Ybarra was laying drunk on the street in front of his home and yelled at the SWAT team to shoot him and make him famous. Disturbed writing belonged to disturbed individuals. And unlike the slow and drawn writer, they lose control. You can see it coming.